Welcome back to Gas Out Garage. Thank you for joining me, and we've got a special treat for you here today. Here we have Rhonda the Honda, the MOT failure Honda Jazz, or Jazz in some circles. Nice. I bought this off an elderly relative who's given up driving as an MOT failure. So yeah, let's have a little quick look round here. I'll talk about the MOT failure and what I plan to do with it. So it's a 1.3 petrol 2006 Honda Jazz in silver. It's got a few scuffs here and there, but dent wise it's not too bad. The panels and what have you are pretty straight. The boot has got quite a the rear bumper has got quite a few stone chips and scuffs and bumps and stuff, I guess where people have been loading things into the boot, and then upon closer inspection it's actually got a crack in the boot there. So I was thinking about touching up the chips, but then I saw this, I don't know, maybe we could do a respray on the boot with some aerosol cans or something. Put what you think in the comments down there. You know, I know there's one paint expert who subscribes to this channel. So again, the other side, not too bad, not too bad. All the tyres are pretty good actually. They're all no-name ling-long ding-dongs, apart from one Goodyear I think, but they've all got good tread on them. Basic little city car. Let's have a look. So, the reason for failure of the MOT, so 63,000 miles, which is good. Starts and drives and runs and beeps and stuff. The reason for the MOT failure is emissions and a corroded brake pipe. I had a look at the brake pipe, it's really not that bad. You could probably get away with cleaning it up, to be honest, but I'm going to change it out because it's not that expensive to do, because I plan to try and get this car from an MOT and sell it on. If that fails, then I should hope to break it for spares and recoup my cost. I bought it a little bit more than scrap money. Yeah, to try and flip, make a bit on, put a bit of work in, get it cleaned up and MOT'd and sold, hopefully. Let's have a quick look under the bonnet. Okay, sorry if there was a little pause there. If there was, just pretend I'm a successful YouTuber and you skipped an advert. As I say, this is the 1.3 petrol version. Good thing about these cars is that it's a cam chain, not a cam belt, so that's one less thing to have to worry about, because 63,000 miles, 15 years old, it's definitely would be due a cam belt if it was a cam belt driven car. Other than the misfire, the engine's pretty smooth, no knocks, no clunks, seems willing enough. It had an engine management light on when I drove it, and then it turned off again, so bonus when I ran the engine. Let's just have a quick dip of the oil, see how good or bad that is. Hopefully you can see from there. Okay, it's well above the minimum mark. Not too bad actually. I was expecting the oil to be darker than Harvey Weinstein's soul, but no, not too bad. Still feels quite a bit of lubricity there. I'm not into tasting it. I'll have a smell. Yep, doesn't smell of petrol or basically burning bottom of your catch tray for your toaster. It smells, yeah, pretty good. So yeah, looking like the engine's in fairly good condition from initial inspections. No oil in, no coolant in the oil, no mayo. I know a certain YouTuber likes to do the mayo check, so let's do that. That's the top of the oil filler there. No mayo involved. Again, doesn't smell too bad. Smells oily rather than burny. So yeah, I ran the engine, the diagnostics on there, and it's coming up as a misfire on bank number 3. 1, 2, 3. So there's quite a lot of tubes and whatnot. These are what do you call them? What's the name for them now? Coil packs on the plug, on each individual plug, rather than having a distributor and a coil. There's a pack on each for each cylinder. So my plan is to swap 1 and 3, see if the fault moves. Obviously at the same time swapping the spark plugs and such like back and forward, see if the fault moves, identify the faulty part and replace it. So I'm going to start stripping this down. That's pretty boring, I'll stop you for that, but when we get back to swapping things over, I'll bring you back in. So, back with Ronda the Honda. What I've done is taken the coil pack from cylinder 1 and put it on cylinder 3, and the one from cylinder 3 onto cylinder 1. It's quite tight back here. Luckily, the if you can see here, the reservoir for the clutch master cylinder undoes. I had to move that out of the way, and this is the vacuum hose, I think, for the brake servo. I just disconnected that so I get them there. It's pretty tight though. So they're switched over now, so if there is a fault with the coil pack, I would expect that now to have moved over onto cylinder number 1. So if we look inside now, I'll run the OBD tool, the diagnostic tool again, and let's see what we get. Oh. Back inside. Unfortunately, this was a smoker's car. I've got a taste of working man's club and old hotel room in here. Anyway, let's see what the fault codes are. Show logged fault codes. I'm using the Torque app. It's free off the Play Store, and it's done everything I need to so far. Okay, P030. Oh, I don't think you can see that. I'll try and focus in on it. Well, take my word for it. It says P030. That's exactly the same fault code as we had before. So that would suggest that the coil packs are not at fault. So next I'm going to change the spark plugs over and see if the fault moves. Yeah, I'll do that. Again, it's quite tight down there, so I'll probably do that off camera and bring you back. I'll just show you the Bluetooth reader I'm using, if I can find it and get it out. It's an ELM 327 that I got off eBay for around about £5. There it is. It's a Bluetooth one. ELM 327. It's, like I say, about a £5. To be honest, you could probably buy these and leave them plugged into your car and use the diagnostics because they're so cheap, and just have the diagnostics all the time. Especially if your diagnostic port, your OBD port, is difficult to get at. Be ideal. Anyway, let me swap those spark plugs over and I'll bring you back in. Right, a quick tip for you, just a tip, but only for a minute. I have got one of these fancy spark plug socket extractor jobs, but because of the slant of the engine and the location of spark plugs with the firewall bulkhead here, I can't get in with it. What I can do is get in with a socket, then put the extension on, then put the ratchet on top of that. However, you may not have the correct socket with the rubber insert for a spark plug to draw the spark plug out of the hole. What you can do, just get a bit of plastic, I'm using bubble wrap here, stuff that into your socket, then when you put that down the spark plug hole, it'll grab onto your spark plug and pull it out. There we go. So the plastic just goes in there and holds the spark plug in place for you. So plastic shoved into the spark plug held in place. So I can drop the socket in, then put the extension on, and then put the ratchet on top. So we're back in with the swap spark plugs. I swapped the spark plug from cylinder 3 into cylinder 1 and vice versa. Start the engine. The misfire's still there. I don't know if you can make it out in the video. You can really feel it, maybe hear it a little bit. And I've got a flashing engine management light. It seems that when the engine management light is flashing, it hasn't actually stored the code yet. I need that to go solid before my reader will read it. Oh, it's now disappeared. That's not exactly helpful, because there's definitely something. There we go, we got him back. I need to stay on so it can store the code so I can read it. At the moment it's showing me nothing. Last time I just let the engine run a little and the light went solid, and then that stored the code. Maybe it has to detect the code for so long before it'll store it. I don't know. Any Honda experts, feel free to comment in the comments. Okay, this time round we got a P0300, P0301 and P0303. So they're all various misfiring codes on, the 0 means all cylinders, the 1 and 3 means cylinders 1 and 3, which leads me to suspect, I think this car just needs a new set of spark plugs. So I'm going to order a pair, a set, and then we'll whack them in and come back and try this again. We'll see you very soon. Stop the press. There's 8 plugs on this son of a diddly. Go on, who knew all along? Put it in the comments. Thanks for watching.